bubble adventure, big bubble, hey. Big bubble adventure, big bubble, hey.
Where's Jesus? There he is.
Big bubble adventure, big bubble, hey. Big bubble adventure, big bubble, hey.
Where are Glenn and Steve?
One press up.
Steve, it's the boys and girls.
Is it? 999 press ups. 1,000 press ups. I'm so strong. I'm getting strong, boys and girls, because I've decided if I get big and strong, I can beat the pirates.
Yep, that is Steve's plan at the moment. He's going to try and get really big and strong. But Steve, I found this video of the pirates earlier. Let's have a look at this.
You're so strong! You're so strong! 1,000 one, 1,002, 1,003! One hand! You're so strong! You're so strong! No hands! Strong power!
Do you see that, Steve? They look so big and strong.
Yeah, they really did. I'm not even too sure that Yaraway is going to be big enough and strong enough to rescue us. They might even be bigger than Yaraway.
I know. Oh, it's not good, is it? They've been eating those crispy cake things that we made last week in craft, didn't we?
They really have. Well, let's go and have a look at what we've got this week for craft, and then with Sandrine and the song.
And then we can see who wins this week between Jesse and David. Maybe David's got a chance. Doubt it. Let's go.
Hello boys and girls, it's lovely to see you again today. So today, for our craft, we're going to make a memory wheel. So for example, here we've got a picture of the Bible. We lift up the flap and it says Exodus chapter 4. Now that's what we've been learning about today, isn't it? We've been learning about Exodus chapter 4. So let me just tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper or card. You're going to need a bowl or something that's circular to draw around. You need a pencil, scissors, some colouring pencils or pens or crayons. You'll need a split pin, and if you'd like to, some googly eyes. So let me just wait whilst you go and get some bits. Okay, so we need to start off with our bits of paper. So if you like to, you can put those bits of paper together, or you can do them one at a time, it's up to you. So what we're going to need to do is get our paper and our bowl or something that's circular, and we're going to draw around it. So we're going to get a pencil and we're going to draw around the bowl. And we've got our circle. And then we're going to cut it out. So again, you can cut them both out at the same time on top of each other, or you can do them one at a time. It's completely up to you. So here, I've already got my circles that I've already cut out. Here they are. So next what we're going to do is we're going to fold them. So we've got our circle, we're going to fold it in half, and we're going to fold it in half again until it looks like this. And then we're going to do exactly the same again on the next one. We're going to fold it in half and fold it in half again. So we have 2 that's folded up. And we're going to open them up. And we've got 2. So 2 bits that have been folded, and you should be able to see where the creases are from where it's been folded. So you can see a crease that way and a crease that way. You should be able to see the creases. So first of all, on the top one, so this is what the top one's going to look like, we're going to draw a picture. We're going to draw a picture of a Bible in one of the little sections. And then in another section, it's upside down, in another section we're going to draw a picture of a staff. Now a staff looks a little bit like a walking stick. Then in another bit we're going to draw a hand. And in the last section we're going to draw a river. Okay, so a Bible, a staff, a hand and a river. So we're going to draw that on our first piece. And then you can colour it in too if you like. So remember on this one, on the one that has a picture of the Bible, and on the one that has a staff, we're going to colour the river in blue. Okay? So the river is going to be blue on this one. So on the second piece of paper, we're going to, in one of the sections, write Exodus chapter 4, because that's what we've been learning about today. Now you might need a helper, an adult to help you write the word Exodus, because it's a little bit tricky. And then, in one of the other sections, we're going to draw a snake. And then, in one of the other sections, we're going to draw a hand. Now I think your hand will look much nicer than my one. And then in the last section, I'm going to draw a river. Okay, so now you should have all of your 4 bits with drawing or writing it. So one will say Exodus 4, one will have a snake, one will have a hand, and the other will have a river. Now, on this one, because this one has the snake on it, we need to make sure we colour the river in red. So when you do your colouring, make sure the river is red. And on this hand, we need to make sure we do some red patches, red spots and patches on the hand, because this one has leprosy. Okay? So now you should have 2 pieces. The top one, this one here, that has a picture of a Bible and a picture of a staff. The river, just going to quickly do a little bit here to show you. The river should hopefully be blue. And then on this one, that has a picture of a snake, we should have some spotty hands for leprosy and a red river for blood. Like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put them together. So we want the one that has the blue river and the staff to be on the top. And we want the one that has a red blood river and the red spotty hands to be on the bottom. So the blue one on the top. We need to make sure we line up. So the picture of the staff and the picture of the snake is next to each other. So the staff goes on top of the snake like this. That's right. And now you might need to use your pencil to make a hole in the middle. So can you see here where all the creases join together in the middle? That's where you're going to want to put your hole. You might want to use your pencil to put a hole through those pieces of card. There we go. And now that you've got your hole, you can put your split pin in. Put your split pin in. There we go. And you're going to want to, underneath, so you've got your split pin in, and underneath you're going to want to bend those arms back down, like that. Have a little look. So you're going to bend that split pin back like that. So you put it like this, they're on top of each other, split pin in the middle, and the thing's bent underneath. Now, this is where you need your scissors. Can you see those crease lines just there? Those 4 crease lines. Now you're going to want to get your scissors and just the top piece of the card. We don't want to cut the bottom one, so just cut the top one along each of those creases from the outside to the middle. Now you don't want to get too close to the middle because we don't want to cut it all off. So we're going to want to use our scissors to cut along that crease towards the middle, but make sure you leave a little bit of a gap before you get to the pin. So we're going to cut across each of those lines towards the middle. And then now you'll have some flaps. So when you lift up the one with the Bible, underneath it will say Exodus chapter 4. When you lift up the staff underneath, it will have a snake. When you lift up the hand underneath, it will have the leprosy hand. And when you lift up the blue river, you'll have a red river of blood. So I'm sure yours will look much nicer than that. But this is what a coloured version looks like this. Now, remember I said you could use a googly eye if you like. So where I've used a googly eye is on the staff underneath, and you lift it up and there's a snake. This one has a googly eye. But you can decorate it however you like. But just remember the top one, the top river blue, and the bottom river red for the blood. The top hand, and then the bottom hand has leprosy, so all spotted like leprosy. Now I hope you've enjoyed making your craft, and I hope it will help you to remember the story that we've learned today, which comes from the Holy Bible, Exodus chapter 4. Nice to see you. Bye!
I can't remember the words to this song.
Romans 10:9.
If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, if you declare with your mouth
Just say it.
Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead.
Romans 10, Romans 10, Romans 10:9.
If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved, you will be saved, you will be saved. Whoa, whoa, you will be saved, you will be saved, you will be saved. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Believe, declare with your mouth. Let me hear you say it.
If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, if you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved, you will be saved, you will be saved. Whoa, whoa, you will be saved, you will be saved, you will be saved. Whoa, whoa, you will be saved, you will be saved, you will be saved. Whoa, whoa, you will be saved, you will be saved, you will be saved. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I can't remember the words to this song.
Hello boys and girls, it's me Sam the Friendly Pirate. Welcome back to this week's challenge. Now today we have something a little bit different. Jessie and David will have to do a 3-part challenge. The first part is to make a paper airplane. The second part is to see who can throw it the furthest. The third part makes it a little bit more difficult. While they're making the paper airplane, they have to be eating a block of ice. They cannot throw the paper airplane until they finish the block of ice. Let's see how they get on. Now David and Jesse, remember, you have to finish your ice before you can throw the paper airplane. On your marks, get set, go!
I can't feel anything.
Oh, you've both done really well there. Now it's time to get your paper aeroplanes ready, guys. Jesse's finished. David is nearly done chewing. Oh, it's a fast start from David.
David is a fast start, but this doesn't go far. Hush, watch and learn.
Remember, there's extra points for throwing your paper airplane first.
Horrible.
Oh, Jesse's ready to throw hers. Let's see how far it can go. No, you throw it from the wooden balcony bit. Oh no! It seems like it didn't go very far. We'll have to see if David can do better. But you get 10 points for finishing the ice first and 10 points for throwing it first. Here it goes, David. Can he beat Jesse with his aeroplane? Plane.
Yes! Oh!
Only just. He barely beats Jesse. So.
I'm not actually sure if he did. No, I did. Come on.
Oh wait, no, he did. He did. Okay. Well done, Jesse. You win this week's challenge. You finished your ice with a time of 4 hours and 55 minutes, and you threw your paper airplane first. So here's your medal. Oh, there you go. Congratulations. Go back to your cabin now, and we'll see you next week. Now, David, you threw yours the furthest, but sadly, that wasn't enough to beat Jesse. I hope you think about what you've done and come back better next week. Off you go. That's all for this week, kids. Why don't you try something a little bit similar? You can do another transformation. Maybe not eating ice, but you could try making a paper airplane from a sheet of paper. You could decorate a biscuit, or you could do a before and after photo of a Lego tower.
Hey boys and girls, wasn't that great? Yeah, I really like that memory wheel. I'm going to make one later and it was going to be brilliant.
And David and Jesse were close once again, but Jesse won it this time. I wonder if you boys and girls can do a before and after picture for a transformation. Maybe do some Lego, or maybe you could decorate a biscuit and take a picture and send it in to us at bigbibleadventure@enfieldtown.church.
Oh, look boys and girls, it's a message from Doc Martin.
Let's go see Doc Martin and ask her our question.
Doc Martin, we've got a message in the bottle.
You're looking really strong today.
We have been working out.
Have you been doing those press-ups?
We've been doing loads of press-ups, thousands and thousands, but let's have a look at this question.
What do we have?
Wrapped up really tightly here. Here we go. Oh, Steve, do you want to read this? Yeah. How does God rescue his people from Ella, age 6.
Oh, thanks for that question, Ella. That's a really good one. And I think you're going to have to tune in week on week to find out how God rescues the Israelites in Exodus. But you know what that reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of God's rescue story throughout the entire Bible. Because the way he rescues his people is he sends his son Jesus. And Jesus lives a perfect life in our place. And then he dies on the cross in our place and takes away the punishment we deserve. That's how we get rescued.
So he can rescue us. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
And we've also had some amazing pictures being sent in, haven't we?
We have. Have a look at this one from Isabel. Isn't this great?
Oh, that's amazing, that is.
Oh, and then look at this one. It's making me hungry. But look at this one from the Howards.
9 Mars bars, I believe.
It's going to make them big and strong.
It really is going to make them big and strong.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, because of our working out, we're big and strong, but I just don't think we're big enough or strong enough, because we saw this video of the pirates and they're so big, so strong. I don't even think that Yaraway is going to be strong enough to rescue us, because those pirates are so big, so strong.
That is a worry. Hey, hang on. What's that blue thing that you have that was in the bottle?
I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a blueprint.
Blueprint? What's a blueprint? I did a blueprint the other day when I stepped in some blue paint and printed it all over the house.
Yeah, it was very messy.
Steve, that's not a blueprint. That's a blue paw print.
Oh, yeah.
A blueprint is a plan. And do you know what? This is a plan. It's a plan for a pirate catching machine from Yahweh.
Oh, that's amazing! A pirate catching machine?
I wonder if I could try and make a mini one just to see if it works.
That would be amazing.
What do you think? Should I work on it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Glenn, Steve, I think I built it.
That's fantastic. But what are we going to test it on?
Glenn, what's in there?
Oh, can you see that? There's a mini pirate in that.
Get me out of this bottle! Who's that fatso holding me in a bottle?
Let's test it on there.
It's Sam, the Scottish pirate.
Treasure!
Wow. Let's
I've
see
not
if he
seen
can...
treasure since I was a wee little baby. And now, oh, look at that treasure, it's so shiny. I want to pick it up. Oh, nee! Ah! Somebody help me, I'm trapped in a shopping basket.
And if this works, then the bigger version is going to catch the pirates and rescue us.
It's like a sign, isn't it?
It is a sign. It's a great sign.
It's a sign that's pointing us that God's plan is going to work.
Yeah, and Yahweh is big enough and strong enough.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of Exodus.
Oh, I love Exodus.
Because in today's Exodus story, we're going to learn about some signs from God. Should we go listen to the Bible story and the talk?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Boys and girls, we are now going to have our Bible reading. So if you go grab a Bible, or if you don't have one, you can follow along with the words right here. This week, we are in Exodus chapter 4. And every time you spot God do something amazing, you need to shout, "Wow!" Got it? Let's get reading. Moses answered, "What if they do not believe me or listen to me and say, 'The Lord did not appear to you'?" Then the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" "A staff," he replied. The Lord said, "Throw it on the ground." Moses threw it on the ground, and it became a snake.
Wow!
And he ran from it. Then the Lord said to him, "Reach out your hand and take it by the tail." So Moses reached out and took hold of the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand.
Wow!
"This," said the Lord, "is so that they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." Then the Lord said, "Put your hand inside your cloak." So Moses put his hand inside his cloak, and when he took it out, the skin was leprous. It had become as white as snow.
Wow!
Now put it back into your cloak, he said. So Moses put his hand back into his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored like the rest of his flesh.
Wow!
Then the Lord said, if they do not believe you or pay attention to the first sign, they may believe the second. But if they do not believe these two signs or listen to you, take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground. The water you take from the river will become blood on the ground.
Wow!
Moses said to the Lord, pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue. The Lord said to him, who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say.
Wow!
But Moses said, pardon your servant, Lord. Please send someone else. Then the Lord's anger burned against Moses, and he said, what about your brother, Aaron, the Levite? I know he can speak well. He is already on his way to meet you, and he will be glad to see you. You shall speak to him and put words in his mouth. I will help both of you speak and will teach you what to do. He will speak to the people for you, and it will be as if he were your mouth and if you were God to him. But take this staff in your hand so that you can perform the signs with it. We're now going to go to verse 29 and continue reading from there. Moses and Aaron brought together all the elders of the Israelites, and Aaron told them everything the Lord had said to Moses. He also performed the signs before the people, and they believed. And when they heard that the Lord was concerned about them and had seen their misery, they bowed down and worshipped.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
Good morning, Big Bible Adventure. What a time we've been having in the book of Exodus. We hear last week when God met with Moses in a burning bush. What a thing. And he told Moses his name. He said, I am who I am. Tell the people, I am sent me. God who is who he is, who will be who he will be. He is so powerful, nothing can stop him. He decides what he is. And this God, he's not just the God who is who he is and doesn't care. No, he's the God who is who he is and cares about his people. Because he also calls himself the Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he said, I've watched over you and have seen what's been done in Egypt. And I've promised to bring you up out of your misery in Egypt into the land I've promised you. God is who he is. He is all powerful. And he's the God of the Hebrews. He's promised to save them. And that's what he's told Moses. And now at the start of our story this week, Moses says, what if they don't believe me? It's an understandable question, isn't it? You're sending me to the people who are my people who are slaves in Egypt to tell them God's going to rescue. I needed to tell them that I've met with God. Are they ever going to believe that? Maybe you struggle to believe that God really appeared on earth. How can I believe God really exists? Maybe you believe there is a God, but struggle to believe he could really save. You see, you might say, I want to follow Jesus, but I keep on getting it wrong. I want to obey my parents and to stop telling lies and to be kind instead of unkind and to share, but I keep on getting it wrong. I keep on using unkind words. I keep on refusing to share. Jesus can't save me because I keep on getting it wrong. See, we have questions like this. We struggle to believe God's promises. Well, we're going to see, how does God respond when we struggle to believe? How does God respond when we struggle to believe? Then the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand, Moses?" "A staff," he replied. The Lord said, "Throw it on the ground." Moses threw his staff on the ground and it became a snake, and he ran from it. Oh my goodness! God is sending a snake to eat me up because I've said I'm not sure we're going to believe. Is God going to strike us down if I say I don't believe? It's a scary situation, isn't it? Is God angry with us? Next verse. Then the Lord said to him, "Reach out your hand and take it by the tail." So Moses reached out and took hold of the snake, and it turned back into a staff in his hand. "This," said the Lord, "is so they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." God hadn't sent the deadly snake to kill Moses for daring to voice disbelief. God sent the snake as a sign to help him believe. You see, Pharaoh, the great king of Egypt who put the Israelites in slavery, used to wear this great headdress, this great crown. And what did it have on it? It had snakes. You see, the snake was a great symbol in Egypt, a great symbol of strength, this great cobra that could strike with deadly force. And Pharaoh wore this crown to say, "I hold the power of the deadly snake." And God, by turning Moses' staff into a snake who would strike, shows that God has power over the snake. He can turn a stick into a snake, and then when you pick up the snake by the tail, it becomes a harmless stick. Moses, Pharaoh looks terrifying as his deadly snake, but he's just a stick. You don't need to worry about him, says God. Then God said, "Put your hand inside your cloak." So Moses put his hand inside his cloak. And when he took it out, his hand was leprous, as white as snow. Is God so angry with us as to bring leprosy on us? He may have given us one sign, but now he's bringing disease on us. But God said, "Put it back inside your cloak." So Moses put it back. And when he took it out, it was restored, like the rest of his flesh. Then the Lord said, "If they do not believe you or pay attention to the first sign, they may believe the second." God wasn't angry because Moses said, "Well, what if they don't believe?" God kindly is giving him signs to strengthen belief. He's not striking them with leprosy. He's showing them, "I'm the God who can bring this horrible disease and the God who can take it away. I can bring it on my enemies. I can take it off you. I am who I am. I am the God of all power. So go, know that I will save you." So it's like Glenn and Steve. They're struggling to believe, will Yahweh really save us? Is he powerful enough to save us? Do they care? And then when Glenn and Steve saw that Yahweh had got this pirate catching machine, they knew Yahweh is powerful. They knew they cared enough to get a pirate catching machine. And so they could believe Yahweh can save us. It was a sign to strengthen their belief. And God even gives them a third sign to Moses. "But if they do not believe these two signs or listen to you, take some water from the Nile and pour it on the ground." the water you take from the river will become blood on the ground. Now the Nile River is this amazing river that runs through Egypt. It's huge. And it gives life to Egypt. It waters their fields and allows them to grow lush crops. It gives them fish to eat, all kinds of things. Their life comes from this river, or so they thought. In fact, the Egyptians thought that there was a God in the river who gave all this life and abundance to them. And God says, look, take some of this river, what they think is their life that their God gives them, and pour it out on the ground, and as it pours down, it will become blood. Their life will become death. The life they think their God gives them, I will show is nothing. I will defeat the gods of Egypt, says Yahweh. What if they don't believe me? Well, here are 3 signs, Moses, that show I have power over Pharaoh, that snake. I can bring on illness or take it away. And I will defeat the God of Egypt, the Nile River, and turn it to death. Moses says, but I can't speak. And God says, I gave you your mouth. I'll give you words to say. You can go and tell them. Send someone else, says Moses. Aaron's coming to you. He'll go with you. Go and show them the signs, Moses. Go and tell them I'm going to save and give them the signs to strengthen their belief. Isn't this wonderful news? When we're doubting, did God really appear? God is gracious. He's not going to be angry with you for asking that question. He's kind and gives us signs that show he did appear. You see, God walked on this earth, not in a burning bush this time, but in a man, Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. He walked around. He did marvelous signs that showed he was sent from God. But still some people said, show us another sign. We don't believe you. And at this point he said, I won't give you another sign. Only the sign of Jonah. So you probably know the story of Jonah, the prophet who got swallowed by a massive fish. Oh! And he spent 3 days in the belly of a fish until the fish went and spat him out, and he was still alive. And Jesus said, you know what? I'm going to spend 3 days in the belly of the earth. And then I'm going to come out alive. See, Jesus has given us signs to strengthen our belief. Do we believe God really came on the earth? Well, look at how he died on a cross. And even the way he died caused someone to say, surely this is the Son of God. But 3 days later, he rose again to life to show he'd smashed death to pieces. Yes, we can believe that God really came to visit his people because Jesus rose from the dead. He's given us a sign to strengthen belief. And what if we say, okay, I think Jesus came, but I don't think he can forgive me. I don't think he can save me because I keep on getting it wrong. Well, look at the same sign. Look at the sign. Jesus died on the cross. He took the anger of God. It's like the snake struck Jesus on the cross as he dies. It looks so bad. It's like the leprosy falls on him. God's anger's on him. It looks so bad. And yet 3 days later, he rises from the dead to show that there's no more anger to be dealt with. Sin has been defeated. After all the wrong things we've done, Jesus has paid for them in full, and he's risen to life again to show that he can bring to life anyone who trusts in him. You think God could never save me or forgive me? Well, Jesus died for you, and he's risen to life to show that he can save. What happened when Moses told the Israelites about this? Moses and Aaron brought together all the elders of the Israelites, and Aaron told them everything the Lord had said to Moses. He also performed the signs before the people, and they believed. If you struggle to believe that Jesus can save, well, look at the signs he performed. He really appeared. He rose from the dead, and he can really save because he died for our sin, the wrong things we do, and he's risen to life again to show he's paid them in full. Look at the signs he's given to strengthen our belief, and be amazed that God can save even me.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, 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 hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, guys, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4. Your love will last forever. It's like a mighty river that flows and flows forever, never stopping. Your awesome love protects me. When I sin, your love corrects me. You're faithful to direct me always to your love.
Hey boys and girls, wasn't Ed really helpful?
Yeah, it was really good how God gave the Israelites those signs so that they can be confident that God will rescue them.
Yeah, it reminded me a bit about the blueprint that Yahweh sent us as a sign so that we would be confident that they could rescue us, that they were big enough and strong enough.
Yeah, and God did that in the story as well. God is so amazing, isn't he?
He really is. Now that's it for us this week. Boys and girls, why don't you take a picture of your craft, of your transformation challenge, and send it in to us at bigbibleadventure@enfieldtown.church.
And if you've got a question for Doc Martin, you can send that in as well to messageinaBottle@enfieldtown.church too.
And we'd love to send you a free book. So why don't you email us, say hi, let us know who you are, and I'll send you a list of books that you can pick from, and we can send you something that will help you to learn more about Jesus. But that's it for us this week. So we'll say bye. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Sheep in fields of green, and their shepherd loved them so. But one got lost inside a deep ravine and didn't know how to get home. The shepherd sought the one who strayed and wouldn't rest till he could say, what once was lost is found. Raise up a joyful sound. Come now and celebrate. This one is home and safe. What once was lost is found. It's time to jump around. Let happiness abound, for the lost is found. There were 10 precious coins a lady kept, until one day there were 9. She ran around the house and carefully swept to seek the one she couldn't find. And when at last her coin appeared, she wanted everyone to hear. What once was lost is found. Raise up a joyful sound. Come now and celebrate. This one is home and safe. What once was lost is found. It's time to jump around. Let happiness abound, for the lost is found. Oh, oh, yes, the lost is found. Oh, oh, yes, the lost is found. There was a boy who left his father's home, but found himself with pigs and mud. He came back sure that he had been disowned, though he was sad for what he'd done. But as in shame